Good Monday morning, everybody. Unless you're from the future, then good Monday evening or Tuesday, whenever you're watching. How we doing today? Oh my gosh. I don't know about you all, but I am struggling a little bit. And I reached out to some people, and it was awesome. Just leave it like that. Don't forget to reach out to people who can give you some calm, give you some peace, give you some awareness as to what's going on in your world. There is the other thing too that we can do in this time is drop back into your past. What is this? Education? Your past courses that you've taken, some metaphysical courses or something like that. Go back to those. So I did do that, and there was something that keeps popping up that I think is really, really important. So for the energy of the week, I'm just going to drop this down and share some things with you. So for the energies of this week, and this card has popped up a lot lately. Healing. And it's miracle healing. And I got this with Sunday with Spirit too. And the miracle healing is about letting go of the outcome, which is really difficult to do sometimes. When we let go of the outcome of, well, I want to be healed. Well, so like, for example, when we do trance healing and we go into this sacred space, I'm going to lift this back up. We go into this sacred space and we drop in to the silence, to source energy. And even though you may have a hand issue, okay, that's me, I'm not putting that on you, but I have a hand issue and I go, I need some healing on my hand. So I go into the quiet space, I go into the healing, what I call my healing dome. And when I drop into that healing dome and I want some healing on my hand, well, that might not be the cause of the pain and what needs to be healed. It may be something totally different than my hand. So when I drop in there, I let go of all awareness of anything, which is kind of weird. And I drop into the space of source energy and let that dictate what needs to be healed. Dictate's probably the wrong word, but I'm just going to leave it for that. So this miracle healing, to me, it feels like a let go of what we think needs to be healed. And I'm thinking of this week and some of the political noise. And I go, I want a certain energy to be gone and be healed. Maybe I need to let that go and just be and see what unfolds with the miracle healing. Let me keep going with this. The second, the three cards I got down here are dreams come true. And when I focus on this card, I go, what am I dreaming of? I've had some really, okay, I'm going to lift this back up again. I've had some really difficult struggles lately with my dreams because I'm focused on the wrong thing. I'm focused on this political noise. And I'm like, oh my gosh, can I talk to the aliens, please? So So I'm dropping into this negative zone, and then it keeps playing in my head over and over and over again. And so those dreams are coming true. Whatever I'm dreaming of, that negative stuff, I'm going, well, I need to shift up my dreams. The second card I got was laughter. Wow. Okay, really hard to have laughter in these moments, but then again, it's really important to have laughter in these moments. I felt a little guilty putting up California Dreaming Surfing, a short, and then the Carrizo Plain Wildflowers, putting those up during this crazy time. But even though I felt a little guilty about doing that, and I did it anyway, because sometimes I don't listen to myself, and that's a good thing because we need that now. And I've said this to myself before. I said, self, enjoy what you can hear now and share that joy and share that laughter to the people who can't laugh, who are just too inundated with negative stuff. And you look at, Ukraine and the bombs falling, and Gaza, and now Iran and Tehran. It's like, oh my God, they're not laughing. They don't have that choice. They don't have that. Well, and they do, but that's a whole nother section. The third card I got was rise above problems. Goes back to magic healing. So even though I've laid this out linearly, it's a circle. Miracle healing starts with setting your dreams, because they will come true. They are coming true. Laughter. Don't take all this. I mean, this is serious, but don't take it all that seriously. And I say that with not the loss of life or the wars, but I say that with the act of miracle healing, and rise above the problems. Huge, huge. All right, it says 8:08. Let's move on. Before we get going, had some fun things happen. There were YouTube now is offering suggestions on what I could do a video on, and one of the suggestions was Psychic Duck reading on. And I went, what? And it was all about the recruitment for the war industrial complex in our schools. So another video, Psychic Duck is going to read on that. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Because somebody asked about that. I had one person ask me about that, and they go, how come nobody's talking about it? I think it's a little bigger issue than that, because it's just not the recruitment in schools for to be a service member. It goes beyond that. It goes into religion, and in schools that are putting forth some brainwashing ideas. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll get into that later with Psychic Duck. 5 calls, please, please, please. The top things on the 5 calls app was no war with Iran. And I would change that to no Epstein war with Iran, because that's what this is all about. It's all about the, I believe, Psychic Duck believes. Psychic Duck, are you going to say hi to these people? They've been looking at you, and they want to say hi. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Good to see you. Good to see you. You psychic duck. You are a quack up. Okay. The other thing too, the other top thing, Mark Wayne Mullen, Department of Homeland Security. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Kids Online Safety Act. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, I think it's got, I don't know what that is. So you can click on this link and it'll actually give you some information on what COSA is. All right. Protect trans right, gender affirming care, demand the resignation of Kash Patel. So drop through these things. The Epstein file case is way down. And I think that is, all of this is just noise to distract from these billionaires and powerful people who are trafficking young people, and it's just not girls, young people. Yeah, remember the Catholic Church abuse with altar boys and young boys? Whew, good Lord. You know, so it's, you know, that got put under the rug a little bit. And now the Epstein files is coming out. So this is just huge. And this is miracle healing. Let's work on that miracle healing. All right, let's go to, before I get into the war. What is it good for? Right. Absolutely nothing. Except to make some billionaires even more billionaires. I was watching gas prices spike yesterday, the futures. Oh my God. And my wife says, she goes, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I can't remember. She goes, you better fill up your car. And I go, yeah, okay. So I did. Can't wait to see what the gas prices are now. So also, I think stock up on some foods and things like that, if you can. If you were able to. I think it's, you know, we keep talking about how rough it's going to be with food and to not stockpile, but have enough that you can survive if there's some kind of food shortage. And I don't know what that means for each of you. You know, Victory Gardens, do those. I'd get some rice and beans, and I say that to, you know, for myself, and my wife goes, I can't eat it. Too many carbs. All right. So, figure it out. Okay, let's look at the energy of the week regarding this man-made disaster that Pumpkinhead can stop at any time. All he has to do is say, we won, and off he goes. But he can't, because Benjamin Netanyahu, yoo-hoo, that chocolate drink, this is for entertainment only. I'm just chatting with the duck, you know? So, all right, you know, you gotta, for me, I look at Venezuela and Maduro. I look at Charlie Kirk. I look at Netanyahu. And now Iran. What do they all have in common? Netanyahu. They were all against. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. I do want to look at Israel. later today in this video. Just let me do 6 on this. So the way that I read, if I do, oh my gosh, I just had a brain fade. No, not a fart, a fade. Who said that? Brain fade. Okay, when I do the Celtic Cross, the first 6 are the energy. That's the way I read it. The outside is the potential future that could happen. So I'm just going to do the energy around the continuation of the war. The energy around the continuation of the war. I'm using, the deck that I'm using is the White Newman deck. I haven't used this in a while. Along with my Light Seers and Ancestral Path, if we choose to go there. Why Ancestral Path? Because it was sitting on the desk. All right, what is the energy around the continuation of this war? Well, I thought I was going to use this deck because it would be, there's no naked pictures. I was wrong. All right, so we have, let me see if I can even show this, the High Priestess. The High Priestess. So there is some things working here that we're not really aware of. I am though. Psychic Duck is too. Psychic Duck knows all. And we have the Four of Wands. So this, in this deck, in looking at this, so this is normally like a celebration type card, and sometimes I see the White House, but this feels, I mean, there's bamboo reeds, it looks like a desert, it looks like an oasis type place. And there's 2 women in here, so Divine Feminine, please show up. At the base of the reading, okay, I'm not quite sure where this is going. The Fool. Where are we going with this? Are we just being foolish? Yes. Is this going to be for a higher purpose? Kind of where I'm going with this so far. It's like, let go of the outcome. Let go of let the magic healing happen type thing. In the past, as it relates, is the Hangman. And when I see this card and I say what I just said, magic healing, let go of what we're seeing, this guy is, what's he? This guy is looking at things from a different point of view. And he is a very strange looking hanged man. At the top of the reading, we have the World card. Yes, yes. So it's affecting everything. Interesting here, and I can drop this down now because I covered up the naked picture. Interesting, though, no pentacles so far. Okay. So, and we get the 8 of Swords restriction. We get a lot of wind blowing too. So the energies of this, there's things that we're not seeing that seem to be putting us on a new path, that we're going to take a look at things from a different point of view. Clearly, yes. Yes, somebody come in. My wife is yakking it up with somebody. How dare her have fun without me? Okay. All right, let's look at the petrodollar. Let's look at the petrodollar. These are new. This is a new deck, so it's kind of hard to shuffle. So that is a big stability for the U.S., this petrodollar. And people have been shifting away from it with BRICS and Bitcoin. And China and Russia are doing, that's the other thing to look at too, is they are using some of their own monies to trade this, but as we get less and less stable, then people are going to go away from the petrodollar. And especially if we disrupt the petroleum flow, which again, magic healing. Okay, that one. Eight of Pentacles. That one spun out. So to me, this Eight of Pentacles card is in a regular in the Rider-Waite deck. There is, that to me is one of the apprentice cards where you're sitting down, nose to the grindstone, really hard work. With this Eight of Pentacles, it feels a little different. He's not really working. He's just sitting there, and he's got his, I think that's his talking stick that he's got, and he's hearing different ways that money should be used. So it's not petrol dollars. It should be earth money. Hey, we get the magician showing up here. Let me drop this down. We get the magician showing up, creating something out of nothing. Maybe it's, hey, look over there while we do this. Petrodollar, the ending of it, the death, and something new comes from it. And I look at that horse, and when I looked at him breathing hard, I went, harumph. Harumph. Petrodollar. Ha! We have the Empress in the past. This was abundance. This is fruitfulness. This is also a Russia card. As it affects this spread. Wow. Wow. The Tower moment. Wow. The petrodollar. This is not good for the petrodollar. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. This, a couple of things with this card, in the imagery of this card. The two stars above the bull, in between the horns, as well as all the, I'm not sure what it is, coins in the ground, but there are 7 that are out. And so this is like a reaping of something, a harvest of, and normally the Seven of Pentacles is about harvest. But there is, and it's harvesting from the ground like petrol dollars. So I don't think it's going away right now. I think we're still there. But with this Death card and with this Tower card, it's not long. And as I keep going, we have the Page of Pentacles. There's a new way forward with this. 3 of Wands, looking over seas, waiting for the ship to come in. The Hermit. We're going to need to take a look at things and have a new way of thinking about this oil, I think. And this isn't about oil, this is about the petrol dollar. And it's going to give us a lot of confusion with the Seven of Cups. Clarified by worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. Yep, Ten of Wands. The difficulty, the burden, the wrangling. And then we get the Four of Cups. This is being presented an offer. And in this deck, he doesn't seem to, he seems to be going, I'll take it. Yeah. He's like, is he making it? Is he manifesting it? But he's about ready to grab it. So with Death and Tower cards, they are always a rebirth card. Not right now, because that really hurts. That hurts worse than my hand. So we're just in big changes. I go back to that magical healing. Letting go. Letting go. All right, what else am I going to look at? Well, I want to look at Russia. And then I'm going to look at, I'm going to try to keep this short because I want to do, Psychic Duck wants to do a video. So, there's so many dynamics to this. What are all the other Mideast countries thinking? Okay, I'm going to switch gears before I get to Russia. I want to talk about the water in the Middle East. Most of the water is set up with desalination plants. And Iran's weaponry are drones. And they were sending a lot of drones to Russia. Now they're using them themselves. We drop $100,000 bombs or whatever. I don't even know. They use $50 drones or whatever. I don't even know. People are going, well, if you don't even know, why are we watching you? I don't know. Don't even know. Okay. What about the water system in the Mideast? Because it's all desalination plants. And here's, I think I've written this down. Did I? I did, but it didn't get in here. Water. Kuwait, 90% of the drinking water comes from desalination. 86% in Oman, and 70% in Saudi Arabia. Oh my gosh, 90% of the drinking water in Kuwait. Wow. So, one little $25 drone takes out a desal plant. Supplies, and people are talking about opening up the strategic oil preserves. I think in Australia, I heard somebody saying that they have like 30 days of oil in their reserves. Somebody didn't plan this very well. I could have done a better job. Well, first thing I would have done is, no, we're not going to war. Okay, here we go. Desalination plant. Is the Middle East going to be in a water crisis? Is the Middle East going to be in a water crisis? Yikes. What does that look like? That looks like the Ten of Wands, but it's the Eight of Wands. It's a mess. Eight of Wands. So normally Eight of Wands, things come in really fast. I don't know. Is that really fast? It looks just like it's a convoluted mess. We have the Knight of Cups on water, bringing forth some, I think, some good information. Is he the knight in shining armor? You know, and it's a female. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Knight? A female knight? Wouldn't that be a knightess? Sorry, just joking. Just fooling. Fooling. Page of Cups. Okay, so this feels like a celebration, and back to the Seven of Pentacles again. So let me drop this down and we can see where we're going with this. So it's a mess right now, but it's being challenged and being covered by the Knight of Cups, which is bringing forth some new information. We have the Page of Cups. There's also a new idea coming forward with this. That's what they're sitting in, the base of the reading. At the top of the reading is the Three of Cups. So a lot of water energy. This celebration, happiness. The Page of Swords in the past, thankfully. I feel like this is that the war that is being waged is going to end up as where they're going to have to refigure something with this Seven of Pentacles, but it's not devastation like we had in that last reading. Eight of Pentacles. It may take some hard work. It may take a shaman out there to bring some water in. We have the Three of Pentacles. A lot of times this will be, you know, dark money. This will be Russia. This will be something. But you have a lot of wealthy people over there that I think are going to step up. I think. That's what I'm getting here. We have the Six of Cups, going back to an innocence in a simpler time, in the hopes and fears, and the final outcome is the Knight of Pentacles again. And it's a slow moving knight with this, so it's not going to be, and this bull is looking at the storm clouds. We have the Queen of Cups, a lot of water energy. A lot of water energy. Good, good, good. And the Queen of Pentacles. So with the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Cups as a female, so much energy. I mean, this whole deck is female energy. What's the name of this? It's a Sacred Animal Tarot. Okay. I thought it was a Sacred Divine Feminine, the way it's spread out here. But anyway, it feels like a lot of circles of support with water. People are going to come together. It's not going to be horrific at all. The only horrific thing was the mess that is being caused by you know who. Rotten pumpkin. Okay, that's it. Stick a fork in me. I am done. Thank you guys for being here. Peace and love.